Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you. We are truly excited to have you here for this insightful webinar on how to publish a research paper. We understand that the journey of getting your research published can be quite challenging and filled with questions. That's why we have gathered here today to address these very questions and provide you the valuable insights into the research publication process. Today, we have the privilege to being guided by an experienced expert in the field of Dr. Pradhan Mahabub Ibn Shiraz, an associate professor at the English Language Institute of the United Nations University in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and a PhD holder in teaching English a second language from University Technology, Malaysia, is our distinguished speaker, Dr. Shira's wealth of knowledge and experience in the realm of research publication to shed the light of intricacies of the process. During our time together, Dr. Shiraz will work with us through essential steps that will help you navigate the path towards research paper publication. We will explore how to generate a research topic, identify research gap, preparing template for the writing a research. During our time together, Dr. Shiraz will speak with us through essential steps that will help you navigate the path toward research paper publication. We'll explore how to generate a research topic, identify research gap, preparing templates for the writing of research paper, and choose the right journal for you to work. These insights are valuable for both budding and seasoned research alike. So, without further ado, I am delighted to introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Pradhan Mahabub Ibn Shiraz, who will share his knowledge and expertise to guide us through the journey. Dr. Shiraz, the virtual stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you are fine right now. So, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening to whom it may concern. At the very beginning of the session, I would like to thank the organizer, UTM ISS, International Student Society, Bangladesh, especially the president of the society, Mr. Roman Mondol, for inviting me here, sharing my experiences. Simultaneously, I would like to all participants around the world here with me. So can you hear me? Is it okay with this? Hello? Is it audible? Am I audible? Hello? Okay, okay, thank you very much. So basically, you have already familiar with the topic, how to publish a research paper. Just a bit. Okay, basically today's talk will be divided into 3 parts. And I would like to cover from ABC to the submission to a journal. So in the very beginning, okay, why not my slide is changing it a bit. Can you see my slide learning outcomes?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So basically I would like to cover these 3 sections. Those are very crucial for publishing research papers, especially high indexed journal for like Scopus indexed or Web of Science indexed. Okay, so the first topic that I would cover this one, generating research topic. How can you generate a research topic? Then I would like to cover how to prepare a template for your research paper. And finally, I would like to highlight or present how to select and submit to a journal. So these are 3 things very integrated to publishing any kinds of research works, whether it is a research article or book chapter or even a conference paper. These are three things. Those are very crucial. Okay, first thing, that how can you select your topic? How can you come across your topic? And you can generate what the way, basically. So research within your field, I mean, here I would like to present three different sources for your research topic. Number one, your textbooks, okay, that you have already come across all through your study life. So your textbook may be your source of your research paper, research topic. Then outside your textbook, I mean, I think you have come across so many magazines, articles, or some other current issues through websites, through other sources. So you can also create your topic or generate your topic from these types of reading. Then you may have some real problem, okay, or you may have faced in your life a real problem. So your real problem can be also your research topic. And the most important issue is that sometimes when you will work in a group, the collaborative work through, then through this discussion, you can also generate a research topic. So primarily, these are the four sources from where you can select your research topic. Okay, so after this, I think above all of these things, the most important issue is that your inquisitive mind. Okay, without your inquisition, you can't select good topic at all. So that's why your interest, I mean, the area of your interest is very important for conducting any types of research. So along with these sources, these four sources, you must have your inquisitive mind. Okay, then you can able to create, generate, or select your research topic. Okay, so next issue, after selecting your research topic, what will you do? Okay, so it's very the initial stage. At the initial stage, after getting your topic, then first thing you have to formulate an hypothesis. You have to write a hypothetical statement that you are going to investigate, that you are going to conduct. Okay, like this, I give here an example like, are the smartphones effective for learning language skills? As you know that my background is language teaching, that's why I just choose this topic randomly. So it's language skills learning. It's very crucial for learners. Okay, that's why there are so many ways. Nowadays, you know that technology are being used instead of manual teaching or like that, or traditional teaching. So in this regard, I have an hypothesis whether a smartphone apps can help or can be helpful for language learning. So this is my primary hypothesis. Okay, so what the things? First, you will select your topic from your different sources. Then what should you do? The first step, you have to formulate an hypothesis. You must have an hypothesis. Based on this hypothesis, then you go forward. So how and what way you will go for? Okay. So as you have already topic, the topic is like smartphone apps and language skills learning. So these are the topics. So now what should you do? Now you have to search for literature. ELS means existing literatures. So now with your topic, your selected topic, now you have to survey what the research have already done. Okay. What types of research on this topic have already conducted. So first thing, you have to extend your knowledge. So the knowledge is like that, what are the issues between smartphone apps and language learning. So, you go for that. And first question is that, are there any research published on your topic? So the topic you have selected, now you are going for existing literature. So is there any paper published? In there any book published? In there any book chapter or conference? So whatever things are available on your topic, so you have to find it. In this regard, there are two topics, okay, two things that if there are no research paper, I mean existing literature, it should not have any problem. But it should have a problem for a novice researcher, especially who are conducting research in the field of social science. And if you have existing literature, so you don't have any problem, because you will get or come across the knowledge already existed on your topics. So it will enrich or it will pave your, the knowledge or foundation of for your research. So it is the good thing if you have already research papers or existing literature on your topic, it's a good things. But if there is no research paper at all for a novice researcher, especially who are conducting from social sciences, they might have a little bit problem. But expert or experienced researcher, I think they would manage this one, because there are some other wings. Through this, they can establish the research gap. Okay. So where you will find your existing literatures? So what are the databases from where you can come across or you can collect existing literatures? So there are a lot of databases. Some databases are online, some databases are offline. Offline databases, mostly your university library. Okay, so you can find a lot of hard copies on thesis, on articles, on research reports, on books. So you can go to your library and you can study over there. Except this one, nowadays, mostly university libraries resources are available in online. So there is no problem for going to library. So you can also study this one from your desk. So in this regard, except online version of your library, there are a lot of databases like Google Scholar, Elsevier, Science Direct, IEEE, MDPI, IJI. So there are a lot of, I just mentioned few of them. But of these, mostly, the popular one is Google Scholar. Okay, so through Google Scholar, you can find your literatures on your topic. So how can you search? Just wait a bit. So look at, this is the Google Scholar search bar. So what and how can you search? So go back to your hypothesis that you have already formulated. The keywords of your hypothesis, like this, for example, here, smartphone apps and language skills, learning language skills. So these are the two major concepts of your hypothesis. Okay. With these two concepts, you go for searching your literature through Google Scholar. You just put here the keywords, like smartphone apps and language skills learning. Okay. So if you open this one, not within inverted comma, there will be lot of articles. Those are related to the individual word of your keywords, like learning, like language, like smartphone, like apps. So there will be huge number. So what should you do? You just put these keywords within converted comma or inverted comma, inverted comma. Within the inverted comma, you will put this one. So the articles only published on these issues or related to these keywords only will come into your searching database. Clear? So the thing is that, so whether it is Google Scholar or whether it is Elsevier, look at search by keyword, title, subject area. So you just put here your keywords like smartphone apps and language skills learning, or in your searching Science Direct, you just put here find articles with these terms. I mean your terms, you just write here, then you go for search. Okay, so these are the few I just mentioned here. We said this, there are so many others, okay, like Scopus, like Web of Science. Okay, you can also go through those databases, but make sure that you must use the Boolean styles for searching your existing literature. Boolean means, I just give you idea that Boolean means inverted comma. Within the inverted comma, you put your keywords, your key terms, and with this you can search, because it only gives you the research works. Those are published only to your keywords. Okay, so it will save your time. So these are the databases. Through these databases, you go for searching literature. So how many literature you need to prepare your paper, your research work? So there are also controversy regarding this, but mostly for Scopus indexed journals or Web of Science journals, you must have reviewed articles 40 to 50. Okay, it means you must have cited or referred 40 to 50 articles in your research paper. Okay. So after searching all these databases, you must have this number of articles as your collection for preparing your literature review and introduction part. Okay, later I will talk this too. Okay, so your collection must be 40 to 50 for publishing, obviously high impact factor journals or Scopus indexed journals. Okay, so next thing is that what types of articles would be? These 40 to 50 articles must be most relevant to your articles, to your topic, okay, not outside your topic. Okay, so the thing is that, yes, you must have collections of 40 to 50 articles. Those are mostly relevant articles to your topic. Next thing is that, yes, you must have articles published in the latest 5 years, okay, or last 5 years. Those articles published in the last 5 years, you mostly try to cite this. Okay, okay. If you may have not like that much articles for your topic, so go back to another past 5 years. Okay, so in this way you can go back. But if there are a lot of publications on your topic, so you must take the latest 5 years articles. What happened in the last 5 years on your topic, you just survey, you just report this one in your articles, in your research paper writing. Okay, so the thing is that, yes, after sourcing through these databases, now you have repository of your existing literatures on your topic, 40 to 50 articles. Those articles are most relevant to your research topic. Those articles are mostly latest from latest 5 years. So this one is the another step. Next step, okay, after compiling or after collecting 40 to 50 articles, so what should you do? Yes, mostly you people think that, yes, you have to go through A to Z of the articles. I say no, okay, because basically the most important information of an article will be within abstract. Okay. So your first reading will be the abstract of those 40 to 50 articles, okay, not inter articles. Yes, when you will go for inter articles, when you feel that yes, there are some confusions in abstracts, the results are not clearly mentioned in the abstracts, the objectives are not mentioned in the abstracts, okay, the methodology are not mentioned clearly in the abstract, so then you go for the other parts of the articles. But mostly you will be try to confine for collecting information from abstract. So literature review means basically it is surveying within existing literatures. What are the things already happened? What are the research have been already conducted on your topic? Okay, so it's literature review means it's not you are reading a paper for a long time. I mean, 15 days, 14 days. Okay, you should not. It means, yes, you just need to collect information. Information, mostly that the informations that you need, these are the information. Five information you need from a paper. Number one, background of the studies. Why these studies happened. So first thing, you try to compile all the background from these 40 to 50 articles together. Okay. Then you can see how would be your research significant and where and how can you contribute to your field. Okay, so the thing is that first you have to collect the sentences written on background. Sentences contain information of the background of your matter. Then you go for sourcing objectives of the studies. What are the objectives of these studies? These 40 or 50 articles studies. You compile this. From these objectives, you will find you can link your hypothesis that you have already formulated in the very beginning of your just after selecting your topic. Okay, so the next issue is you have to compile the objectives. The other information that you need to collect from literature, this one is methods of the studies. Okay, what is the method of this study? Is it qualitative? If it is qualitative, then how many participants were involved? Okay, what were the selection process? Okay, and how was their analysis? Okay, so you just think or you just collect this information. Then the most important issue is that findings. Okay, so what is the objective and what is the findings? So whenever you can link between these between objective and findings, then you can come into a conclusion that yes, what can you should do with your topic. Okay, so fourth issue is that you have to compile the findings from those 40 to 50 articles. Next one is that, and last one, this one is recommendations or suggestion of the studies. Okay, many, even my students and my colleagues, they mentioned several times, asked me, Prof, basically recommendation and suggestion are not written directly in abstract. Yes, it should not, in some articles or some research paper, you did not find recommendation or suggestion within abstract. So where you should go? You should go to conclusion. You must find what their recommendation and suggestion. And if you may have recommendations from 40 or 50 articles, then you can easily establish your research gap. Okay, what should you do? Okay, what the other researchers have already done and what they have left. Now, what you want to do and what should you do, or how can you extend this knowledge? Okay, so it could be easily established your research gaps. So it should not be a big deal. Okay. Uh, from my experience, I found my friends when I was studying PhD that they were hunkering after for establishing research gaps. Okay. But I think from my experience, okay, this is the best way. If you have recent publications, I mean, on your topic, published in the, from the reputed journals or in fact factor journals, and collect their recommendations and go through this, you must find what you must find. You must find, or you can establish your research gap. So it should not be a big deal at all. Next one, the most important issue is that we will go back to the first hypothesis. The first hypothesis was, are the smartphone apps effective for learning language skills? Look at, can you assume that smartphone apps, how many smartphone apps are? Okay. I think there are millions and millions smartphone apps. Okay. And then look at language skills. How many language skills? We know that primarily 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So now, as there are millions and millions apps, and as there are 4 language skills, so which app you want to select and which language skill you will select? Will you select reading or writing or listening or speaking? Would you select any smartphone apps like WhatsApp, like call recorder, Telegram? What are there are millions and millions apps. So now the questions, after surveying the literature, so these are the issues here. Narrow down your hypothesis. In the very beginning, consciously or subconsciously, you have written a hypothetical statement. Now, after reading or surveying literature, you come to conclusion. What conclusion? Or narrowing down your hypothesis. So how can you do this one? Yes, first thing is that you have already studying recommendations. Then you have specify your area. Then, yes, the third point is that you have to narrow your research topic. Okay. Look at the hypothesis that I have given you in the very beginning. This one, how was narrowed down. Look at, is the WhatsApp effective for learning writing skills? Look at WhatsApp is one of the smartphone apps. Writing skills is one of the language skills. So now your topic is polished, finest. Okay. Now it is researchable. Okay. It should be investigable. Okay. Or you can go for investigation on this. So in this way, you need to what? You need to narrow down your hypothesis or your objective. Clear? So after, yes, whenever you narrow down your hypothesis, now you have half done your research. You have already uh, in halfway of your research, conducting research. Okay. So up to this, so what the things you have within these areas? First thing is that you select a topic. Then on the basis of the topic, you have an hypothesis. The hypothesis is like umbrella term. Okay. Next, for narrowing down, what should you do? You have go for the existing literature and what are the sources for your existing literatures. These are the sources. Now, how many articles you need? So these are the numbers, 40 to 50s, and these are the criteria of your existing literatures. And these are the areas of studying literature. Okay, so after studying this, now you feel wow for narrow down your research hypothesis. So I think it should be okay with this. Okay. So up to this, your topic, your research gap establishing, everything is now okay. Now the second issue. So up to this, whenever you have literature review, so now you should prepare the template for research paper. Okay. So before I would like to suggest you that before preparing your template, you may select journal. I will come this one later. Okay. How to select journal. So why? Because different journal requires different types of templates. Okay. So look at some journals, they requires introduction and literature review separately. Okay. But some journals, they require only introduction. Within introduction, there might be literature review. Some journals, they can't ask you to show theoretical framework separately, okay. But other journal can. Some journals can ask you to show research objectives, purpose, questions. Okay, some are not. Okay, so these are the issues. Introduction, literature review, theoretical perspective, and research objectives. So these issues may be varied according to different journals. But less or more, these are the common elements of a template of your research paper. Whether it is your article, or it is your thesis, or it is your report, or it is your conference paper, less or more, these are the things you have to prepare for writing your research paper. Okay. So what the things will be within these research papers? Okay. Look at first thing, abstract. But I would like to suggest you that you should not write abstract first. As you have already literature review, so you will write down literature review. After selecting your topic, the first element that you will do, this one is literature review or introduction and literature review. But I just show you that as this is the chronological order of any research paper, that's why I will go for in this way. But I would strongly recommend you that you should not start writing your research paper with abstract, writing your abstract first. Abstract, you will write this one at the end of your entire paper prepared. So within abstract, what the things you will put? So for standard, for writing a standard abstract, you must have these topics, these informations. Number of introducing your topic. Then first you will introduce this one. Say for our hypothesis was like, is WhatsApp effective for learning writing skills? Okay. So in this regard, so you can start introducing your topic. Your topic basically the effect of WhatsApp on writing skill. Okay. Then background. Background. So it means, say for if you conduct this research in Bangladesh, so you must have a background. Why? You are conducting the research in Bangladesh. Is there any internet facilities? Is there any classroom that is that allows WhatsApp to use in the classroom? So that's why you have to clearly uh, mention this one in your background sentence. Then your purpose or objective of your study. What is the aim of this study? Next, to fulfill this study, objective, what should you do? I mean, what should be your methodology? Okay. So here you have to write one or two sentence, one methodology, mentioning method, then your target population, then the way of collecting data like interview or survey questionnaire, then you have to mention the data analysis process, whether it is descriptive statistics or inferential statistics, what statistics you are going to use, you have to mention in one sentence in methodology part within your abstract. Then result, what is or what were your results? You just sum up your results in one sentence and put this sentence into abstract. And after this findings or results, then what should you do? You have to recommend on the basis that your findings or results suggest. Okay. So what your results suggest, or what are the limitation of your entire research process, you can write down this one under this section, recommendation or implication. Okay. Or you can also mention that to whom this research is very important. Okay. So in this way, you can give this one. So next is how many, what would be the length of an abstract? What is the standard length? Okay. So the length of an abstract must be 150 to 250. Okay. So again, I repeat that you must come across before preparing template to your selected journal. Look at how many words the journal requires or the journal demand. Okay, so you have to go there. Yeah. So within the abstract, these are the things you need to put. Next, after abstract, in your template for preparing your research work, there would be keyword. So keyword would be 4 to 7. It would also be varied according to different journals. So different journal requires different number of keywords. So what are the keywords? Keywords basically your keyword of your entire research papers. So these keywords can be the most frequent words. So the most frequent words can be your keywords. The most frequent theme or dominating theme of your research paper will be your keywords. So for selecting your keywords, you will emphasize two issues. One, most frequent words or most frequently used themes. Okay, so put this one under keyword. So after keyword, there will be introduction. So what the things you will put into introduction? Basically, into introduction, there will be the 4 things. Number 1, the background you mentioned in your abstract. Here you should expand this background. Okay. So in your abstract, it was only 1 sentence for your background. Right now, you may have one paragraph for your background. Then you have to mention why this research is important. If people ask, okay, you are doing this research, so what? Okay. So answer what, this is very important. So you must give the logic why people will follow your research. Then you have to mention the other paragraph, who will be benefited from your research paper or your research study. Is there any practical implications at all? Or is there any theoretical contributions would be? Okay. So you have to mention this one. And the last paragraph will be basically the summary, of your prospective results or your framework. I mean, a framework of your method, framework your entire study. So the last part would be your framework, would be on your framework. So within the framework, there will be what? There will be your expected results. There will be your methodological framework. There will be your theoretical framework. So As there is Azan is calling, can we stop for 2 minutes? Hello.
Sure, Dr. Prodan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, Prof. Can you hear me?
Okay, wait a bit. Just so I think up to this, okay, we will have a Q&A session after this, so we may discuss over there. So, wait, and just okay, now can you see the screen? Hello, okay. Okay, so wait a bit. Okay, so into the introduction, these are the 4 information that you need to put. The background of your study, so related, so what your study, so who will be benefited, then your findings, the expected findings. So under this literature review, so what should be within literature review? Basically, your literature review will have these 3 issues. Okay, within your literature review, first you have to report the findings of the previous studies. So of the 40 to 50 articles, as you have compiled all the findings together. Now, what should you do? You just synthesize the findings. What are the findings are common? What are the findings are not common? What are the findings are unusual? What are the finds like these types of similarities, dissimilarities? Okay, then you have to put this one or summary of this synthesize summary of this compiling sentences. Put into one paragraph under findings. Okay. Then another paragraph, you should mention what? Why you are conducting this research. You must have referred. Okay. You must have references. As the other researchers, they left this pavement. That's why you are going to fill up this gap. So clearly, you must mention this one. Okay. So the second steps within the literature review, you must report why you are going to conduct. Okay. And refer to the previous literature. Next one is that now you link your study with previous study. So your study means you yet not studied, you just formulate hypothesis. So you give your logic. Yes, I am going to this, that, I am going to do that and those. Okay, as the previous studies have suggested, recommended, or in this way, they pave the ways. Okay, so you just write the, you just report the linkage between this study, I mean your study, and previous studies. Okay, so literature review is very crucial for publishing your paper in top tier journals. Okay. So many journals, they simply reject your paper, as I have experienced reviewing so many manuscripts, more than 250 manuscripts, mostly from the journals indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. And I have found that when the papers came to my hands, before that, already reviewers also made comments on this. And when I read their comments, I found mostly regarding literature these three issues. The first issue is that there is no synthesized summary of findings of previous studies. Then why they are conducting this research in referred to previous study, there is no such mentioning. This one is the gap filling. So there is not like that. Then, and mostly there is the lackage of this, the linkage between this study and previous studies. So most important issues you just keep into your mind. I think it's not a big deal doing a better literature review if you follow this structure. Okay. Next on theoretical perspective, mostly except few top most journals, they most journal they did not require separate theoretical framework, but it's better if you can show that your lens of your study. Theoretical perspective means you are describing what are the lens you have used in your research. Okay, what are the constructs? What are the ideas? What are the knowledges? What are the variables you have taken this one from where, from what? Okay, that's why in this area, in these sections, you have to say or you have to state the theory you used, why and how you used, why you have chosen this theory and how you implement this theory. So in the theoretical perspectives, I mean within the theoretical framework, you have to mention this one. Then the similar things, the constructs are going to use in the study within your theoretical framework. So these are the two issues within your theoretical framework or perspectives you have to mention. What, why, and how you are using the theory in your research. Okay. And research objectives, purpose, questions that I have already mentioned, that you must formulate and hypothesis. Okay. So your hypothesis is your objective, your purpose. From these objectives, you can set the research questions. So if you mention or state both objectives and research questions in your research paper, you must align between these two. Okay, just wait a few seconds. I'll close my window. Okay, so the thing is that for making a line between your research objective and research questions, you write interrogative sentence on the objectives of your research. This one will be your research questions, and write this or convert this interrogative sentence into assertive sentence. This one is your research objective or research purpose. So the difference between research objective and research questions are merely separate sentences like assertive and interrogative. Okay. If you make any different ways, so there will be no alignment between this research objective or research question. So make sure there might have the similar concepts, similar ideas, similar variables between research objectives and research questions. Okay. Now look at the methodology. In the methodology of your template, what you will mention or you are going to state? First one is that what method you are using. You have a paragraph on this. Okay, whether it is qualitative, why you are using qualitative. You can also refer here. Okay, any citation or any reference. Okay, then you have to talk about sample selection and size. Why you have selected this amount of participants, this numbers of participants. You have to give the logic. Then within the methodology, you must mention what are the ways you are collecting data. Is it from survey or interview? You have to mention this. Another important issue is that you also mention what are the analysis process, data analysis process within your research paper. Okay, is it, again, I repeat this one, is it from descriptive statistics or inferential statistics? That in the next point, it is clearly stated that you must describe statistical process if it is quantitative research design. If it is qualitative research design, then you have to mention or you have to state coding process, how you code. What are the way of your analysis? Is it from thematic analysis, content analysis, grounded theory? So like this, you have to mention all this information within methodology. Then your methodology will be unquestionable and your methodology definitely will be solid for publishing your paper to Q1 or any high impact factor journal. Okay, so this thing you just keep into your mind. Next, data analysis process, or sorry, data analysis or results. Now, after method, you have to report your results or findings. Okay. Findings, you merely report your result. If it is quantitative, so you just mention the statistical result. So what is the mean, median values, or what is the standard deviation, any t-test you have used, any Cohn-Bus alpha you have gone through, or any kinds of what? Is there any correlations. So what are the statistical analysis you have done with your quantitative data? So you just report this. If it is qualitative, so you just report the qualitative results, like what are the open codes, agile codes. Okay, so how does they look? Or what are the themes that you have found? How many themes you have found? The quotations in support to your themes, in support to your codes. So these are simply the result of your data analysis, not any words from yourself. You should not describe anything else. You just merely state or describe the result as it is you found from your data analysis. Clear? Next important issue is that discussion. Yes. So in many articles I have found there is no separate section for discussion. Discussion will be within conclusion. It can be fine, but make sure there might have these two issues. Okay, there might have these two things. Number one is localization and globalization issue. So localization means first few paragraphs will be on your own result. The result you report under result section. So you can compare your result within your result. You can make a report on the contrasting issues of your result. So it is the analysis, it is the similarities, it is the reporting on similarities or dissimilarities of your results. Okay, this one is localization. Now, globalization. You have to link what? Your findings with previous studies, with in reference, with references, with citation. Okay. So the two important issue is that the discussion on your results and discussion your result with other studies, I mean the previous studies. Okay. So in this way, you have to report your discussion. Now recommendation. So hello, Roman, can you hear me? How much time we have?
Yes, you can continue.
I will continue. Okay. So next one is that recommendation or suggestion. So in this section, you will report what are the limitation of your research. Okay. Then what would be in the future? What are the lackage within your research from the theoretical perspectives, from the methodological perspective, from the contextual perspectives? So different issue will be. Then you have to suggest what would be the next research. Okay, what your research suggests that, okay, in the further you can extend the knowledge in this way. You can contribute to this theoretical framework in this way. So here you have to mention this one. Okay. Now conclusion. So conclusion means it is the flashback of your entire write-up, your entire research. Okay. It is few sentences. One, results, limitation, methods, theoretical perspectives, or anything if you have in your mind. Okay. It means conclusion, you can say also your thoughts. Okay. You can also write this one in your thoughts will be also be reflect on recommendation, even discussion, and also in conclusion. Okay. Conclusion merely the retrospection of introduction. Okay. This is the another way of introduction. Okay. So these are the elements of your template for your research paper write-up. But for writing your research paper template, I strongly suggest that you first write literature review, then method, then result, then discussion, then limitations, then conclusions, finally you will write abstract. Okay, so these are the chronology from my own experience. Okay. So now your paper is now ready. Okay, all the issues you have within your template. So what are the ways you select and to whom you can submit? Okay. Basically, first, there are two types of journal. You are familiar or not? Okay. Number one is non-acceptable journals. This hello, can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So the number on journal is non-acceptable journals. These journals are like predatory and hijack journals. Okay. So predatory journals, what are the predatory? Predatory journals, it's a fake, both journals are fake. Okay. So you must be cautious about these types of journals. But how can you be? Okay, how can you recognize these journals are not a good journals? These journals are not acceptable journals, or these journals are predatory or hijack journals? What are the ways? Yes, there is the way invented by Geoffrey Bill. Okay, it's called Bill's list. You can go to this link and you will find what you will find. Okay, just look at Bill's list. Okay, so you can find the fake or hijack or predatory publishers, stand-alone journals, vanity press, hijack journals, misleading metrics journals, contact journals. Okay, so you go for this, you can find first, so far you have come across a journal and you select this journal. But before selecting these journals, you simply go to this website, billslist.net, okay, and put the publisher's name. There are different ways. You can search over there. Sorry for that. Okay, you can search by ISN number. You can search by the name of the journal. You can search by the publisher name. Okay, you can find. If you find those journals in the list of bill, yes, you say no. Okay. You should not submit there. Okay. So what are the basic difference between predatory and hijack journal? Predatory journal will give you what? Very charming offer. Okay. Within few days, within 1 week, within 1 month, we will publish your paper. Okay. So you may have no publication charge or fees, but when they will accept, they will impose different types of charges. Okay. So charges 1 year of what editing like this. Okay. So these are the predatory journal. Predatory journal commonly they will fake with authors by saying the way that yes, it will be published very soon, within 1 day or 7 days or 1 month. Okay. And they also give you that yes, it is a good journal, ideas about like that. What is hijack journals? It's very dangerous. They're very dangerous in the sense that, say for the journal, say for language testing in Asia, this journal is Q1 journal. Okay. And you will find the similar get-up of this journal, almost the similar name. Okay. Maybe within the name, there might be 1 dot or maybe 1 comma or any sort of just a very minor difference. But you can see that these two journals website are looking alike, similar, and very difficult to distinguish. This is called hijack journal. This journal is also called clone journal. Okay, clone journal. Okay, I think you can understand clone journal. Okay, this is the clone. Okay, this is very dangerous thing. Okay, so you can go for bills list and you can also find whether the journal is, if you have any confusion. But I will show you how can you search journal. Okay, and these are the best way, and those from those sources you cannot be cheated, I think. Okay, so this is the bill list and hijack journal. Okay, now acceptable journals. Okay, so non-acceptable journals within their predatory and hijack journal. Acceptable journals are three different sorts, like non-indexed journal, indexed journal, and citation indexed journal. So all are acceptable. Non-indexed journals means they have merely ISN number, okay, or at best they have DOI number, okay, but they are not indexed by like Econ Lit, Cable, Academic Research, Business Index, Psychoinfo, ABI Info, Mendeley. So there are so many other indexed publishing or indexed issues. Okay, from where you can find, you can also find this one from the bill list. If the indexed publishers are not within the list in bills, so they are the good, fine. And most popular indexed journals are citation indexed journals, Scopus or ISI. ISI is also called uh, Web of Science journal, Web of Science indexed. So most popular indexed from the citations are Scopus and Web of, most popular and most acceptable in the world of the academia, these two. Okay, so these are the acceptable journals. Okay, so Scopus, I just give you a bit idea about Scopus and ISI. So Scopus, it is a big databases. Okay, you just Google this one and you can find this information over there. Okay, but I'd like to mention that Scopus journals have four categories, four quartiles or four tiers, like Q1 to Q4. Q1 journals are those journals who are the top 5% journals in the, top 25% journal in the world. Okay, so the top 25 journal category is called Q1. Then next, within 50%, 50 ranked journals, 50%, top 50% journals called Q2, then 75% Q3, then 100% Q4. Okay, Q4 is the threshold for being quartile by Scopus. Okay, so Scopus journals are usually four kinds, Q1 to Q4. Okay, look at, this is the home page of Scopus. Okay. Basically, who has access to Scopus, they can see this one, and who does not have, they have different. Okay. So you can you just search here, look at documents, author, researcher, discovery, affiliation. Okay, with this you can search your journals. Okay, finding your journals from this. Okay, another way finding a Scopus journal is the Simago journal rank. Okay, here you will find in the Scopus, you will just find the journals, and you will not probably you will not find any Q1 or Q4. Like, yes, you can find this one in the journal list. Okay, you can, there is the mention Q1 to Q4. Simago, this one is totally free. You just put your subjects here, all subject areas, then subject categories. Then if you want to select regions, countries, I think you should not do this one, because your journal, your expected journal will not be within your area or your expected countries. So you just merely put your subject and then categories, and you will find the title of your journal, then the quartile Q1 to Q2, then what are the total docs in the journal, how many articles are indexed in Scopus. Okay. And you also find the countries, publishing country from where it has published. So Simago is the most convenient way to find out your expected journal in your field. Okay, ISI journal, you know that ISI is the most prestigious and most acceptable journal all over the world. It is called Institute for Scientific Information, ISI. This ISI journal is also the part of Web of Science. Okay, so it is Web of Science and climate analytics. Okay, right now. So there are 4 tiers of ISI indexing journal. Okay. Look at SCI, SCI, and SCIE, and SSCI. Okay, so within this category, all the journals have impact factors. Okay, look at Q1 journal. A journal can be Q1, but it may not have impact factors. Because if it should have impact factors, then it should be enlisted within SCI or SSCI. Yes, so within this or AHCI. So in these 3 categories, the journals are impact factors. But ESCI, Emerging Source Citation Index, here the journals are not impact factors. The journals are not in the list of impact factors. So the most prestigious publications, if you want to, so you have to publish a journal within these categories, these 3 categories. Basically, this one is categorized according to discipline, in different disciplines. So science citation index, it's for science. Social science and citation index, it's for social science area, arts and humanities. So these are the 4 different disciplines. Okay, but these 3 are most prestigious and most believable and most tough to publish here. Okay. So now, how do you find ISI indexed journal? So basically, there is the link. Okay, in this link, there is ISI master list journal. Okay. In this journal, when you will go through this and you just okay, there is another important issue is that with your abstract and title put into ISI master list, you can find the most relevant journal. Okay, and you can, whenever you go through the web page of those journals, you will find what? You will find the details, whether they are SSCI, whether they have impact factors, whether they are within Q1, Q2, Q4. Okay, the journals cover page always will tell you like that. Okay, so this is the way you can find your ISI journal. Okay, okay. Look at here, search journal. This is the ISI master list home page. So look at match manuscript. Match manuscript. Here you just click and you will, there is the option title for title and abstract. You will search with this and it would be okay. And you will find the list of your journal. Okay. Okay, except this, I will mention few websites here like Willy. You can also find journal from Willy, journal from Elsevier, Springer, Stress Journal, Emerald, Springer, Science Direct. So the journals, those are indexed or those are published from these publishers. They will not give you guarantee that these are the Q1 or these journals have the impact factors or ISI. Okay, so whenever you will submit your paper to any journal, you must check whether it is Scopus, it is Web of Science or ISI indexed. Okay. So after this, what should? Okay, now up to this, you have already topic, you have literature review, you have hypothesis, then you have template, and right now you have already your journal, expected journal to what you are going to submit. Okay. So at the end, what should you do? Here, in the very beginning, okay, if you started with the template of your selected journal, it's okay. If you did not start with this, so what should you do? You need to customize your template with the template of the selected journal. So first thing is that you have to see the journal requirement. So how many words they are accepted? Is the journal accepted 7,000 words, 10,000 words? So you will see this one, or less than 5,000, or no less than 5,000. So you should check this one. Then formatting style. Yes, formatting style here with this one template will be here. And another thing is there will be the reference style, or there will be the page setting style. Okay, so some journals, they have their own template. Okay, so you just download this template and you just write down on this template. It's the good thing. Okay. Next important issue is that, yes, your title and abstract will be catchy and informative. Okay. That make good impression to the editor. So your editor, to where you are going to submit, is first we'll see your title and abstract. If your abstract is not as much as informative, it will be rejected as soon as possible. So you make sure your title and abstract will be informative, constructive, and comprehensive. Next, you must follow the guidelines. So each journal have their own guidelines. Okay, so you have to check the author's guideline. And finally, before submitting, you must go for proofreading. Okay. There are a lot of available website like or apps like Grammarly. With Grammarly, you can also check. Okay, but with premium version. Okay, so you can go there. This is about just give you the ideas. Okay, so what a good research paper contains? What the things? So the good research paper contains short title, keywords, and abstract. So the good research paper must be within the scope of the research paper. A good research paper must have some novelties, okay, or some significant contribution. Okay. A good paper where author will but have contribution to the existing theory, so they can combine 2-3 theories together, or they can deconstruct, or they can combine together. So there might have different contribution. Next one is the good research paper must be clear cut, and quality. There will be quality of writing. Okay, so clear writing means the research paper, yes, if the research paper use, the very lucid diction, very common words, the audience can read it or can understand it easily. That's why the maximum journal, they always advertise that, yes, your language should be very easy, simple and easy, as all types of audience can catch your ideas. Okay, so you should be very conscious regarding use. You should not write long sentences. You should not write very uncommon words. Okay, if you are doing this at a glance, the editor will reject this one at a desk, on a desk. Next one, obviously, your research must have practical implication. This one is so what factors. Okay. People will ask you, oh, you did this, do this types of research. So what? What would be happen with this? Okay. So avoiding this one. And yes, the most important issue is that your research must have validity. Okay. And it should have a clear aim, clear objective. Okay. So these are the things you will keep into your mind while you are preparing your research paper. Okay. So what are the commonly mistakes of our research paper? First thing is that you did not properly format your research paper according to the journal. Your research paper may have long title, too few or too many references. So you may have only 15 references, or you may have 75 references. So you should have balanced. For these regions, or in this case, I would like to recommend you that uh, after selecting the journal, what should you do? You have to download any one paper from the journal, and you will see the structure. How many references are there? What are the style? What are the references style? Just listen. Missing references. Sometimes you have cited within the paper, within the body, but in the reference list you did not mention this. So this is another common mistakes. And another common mistake is that yes, sometimes you make mixed referencing style. So you started with APA style, but you ended with MLA style. So APA and MLA mixed up, or Chicago mixed up. You should not do this one. And finally, grammatical errors. This is common. Okay, so you just be conscious about this. Okay. And the last, not but the listing is that what are the reasons, possible reasons for rejection? Okay. So number one, the first comment by an editor will be that your research paper is not within our scope. So you have to seriously or you should be careful about reading the journal scope. Next one is that if your paper is not well written, if it is haphazard or disorder, you just start with abstract, then literature review, then introduction, or results. So these are the haphazard. So there will be no that sort of things accepted. Then methodological flaws. So in the method you have mentioned quantitative, but your result section you have presented qualitative results. So you should not do this. There is no answer of RQ or REOs. I mean, research objective or research questions. So you should be careful whether your results are in aligned with your research objective or research questions. Then lack of significant contribution. Yes, you must mention that, yes, in this paper, I have or we have significantly contributed to this area. Then so what I have already mentioned, inconsistency. And another important issue is that old references, again, go back to the very beginning. The collection of your research paper, existing literature, it should be from latest 5 years, not very old references. Next one, you have to avoid the plagiarism. Okay, so before submitting your research paper, you must go through the checking plagiarism with different softwares like Authenticate or Turnitin. Okay. So next, another issue is that when you will get feedback from reviewers, you must address all the comments clearly. Okay. If you know that, yes, reviewers are going to wrong with this comment, yes, you must convince them. You must write them that, yes, you are thinking in this way, but it is not like in that light. So that would be like this. Okay. Next, an important issue is that don't submit your paper as it gets rejections. So when you get a reject from one journal, you just barely as it, you should not submit to another journal. What should you do? You must make some correction. You just go through some revisions. Then you go for resubmission. This is the way you have to submit your uh, manuscript, your research paper to the journal. So after submitting, what would be the possible response from the journal? The journal may, at the very beginning, they can reject it is called this rejection. Then there might have some other comments like accepted without revisions, accepted with minor revisions, accepted with major revisions, rejected but encouraged to resubmit with revisions, rejected, no revision will be accepted. Okay, so these are the possible responses from the journal after submitting your research paper. Okay, but preparing or conducting your research paper, yes, or submitting your research paper, you must have some ethical grounds, ethical points like you should not send a journal to more than one journal. I mean, an article should not be submitted to more than one journal at a time or simultaneously. It is very ethical fault. Okay. It's very ethical concern. They're duplicate publication. So you have just come across to a journal and or manuscript, you just rewrite the manuscript and submit. So you should not do this one. This is not ethical. Then avoid plagiarism. Yes, you should not just merely copy and paste. You just, what should you do? Yes, you summarize this one, or you need to what? You need to, in this way, you need to avoid plagiarism. Then the most ethical issue is that if it is your work as a from the collaborative collaboration, so all the authors must have agreements, must have concern that you should not have any conflict of interests. Okay. And you must write explicitly on the journal, on your research paper or within your research template. Okay. So these are the issues that that you need to consider while you are conducting research and while you are going to publish your research. Okay. So up to this from my part, and now we would like to enter into the question answer sessions. Roman, can you hear me?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so before this.
So can we start the question and answer session?
Yes, you can.
Okay, participant, you can ask the question directly, or you can also send your question to the chat box. Okay, we go one by one. Our first person is Laila Rahmatika.
Thank you very much for the chance. Hello, Dr. Prodan. Nice to
Hi,
see you.
how are you? Thank you very much.
I've been watching you on Facebook and LinkedIn, so I joined this
Thank you
webinar.
very much. It's my great pleasure.
Yeah, so I'm Laili. I'm from Indonesia. I'd like to thanks to Dr. Prodan who had already shared about how to write a research paper and index about how what is it journal. Then my question is that how to know that's predatory or not. I got some issue which is like I found some journal which is like in a year they have 4 issue, which is in one issue they publish within like 20 papers, and we have to pay maybe like 5 million. So is it predatory or not? But if I check to the Scopus website, there's a Q1. Then I'm confused. This is predatory journal or not? But in the Scopus or Schemago, I check this is not. So is it a good journal to submit, or whether we have to avoid this journal? Because I see many issue of this, but I don't understand what is it good or not for researcher like me or other ones. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Laila. So the first thing is that, yes, it is a good journal. Okay. Mostly Q1 journal or even ISI journal, they requires APC, article processing charge. Because this Q1 journal or these types of ISI indexed journals, they have wide audiences. Okay. And they cover so many issues. And obviously there is a debate as researchers publishing or contributing most brilliant work, excellent work. And depending on this work, publishers, they are earning. Okay. Publishers are earning. Okay. But we researchers, we are going to publish our contribution paying with APC. This is the great paradox in the world. Okay. In the many, in the many platforms, there is the what talk about this, why we are paying. But there is, I think there is, what can I say? I don't know, but we must pay. Okay. We have to pay. That's why we people from the lower income country like this, Bangladesh, Pakistan, even India, Malaysia, we are struggling publishing because as the journal is the top tab, yes, it requires huge amount. I just give you this example of system. The journal I think everyone knows about. Systems, it requires its APC so much high. It is out of our control. But I suggest you, yes, there are some good journals. Those have green access, not open access. Some journals, they offer researchers on the basis of embargo of 12 months or 24 months. After 24 months, they will publish it. Okay. So I think you can go for this. And in this regard, Elsevier, the journals mostly from Elsevier, they have both options, open access, golden open access and green open access. So you can choose from journals from there, or you can choose from Taylor's and Francis. Taylor's and Francis, okay, they are also offering both. Okay. Except this, there are few journals where but all of the top tier journals require APC. Okay. It is no other way for doing that.
Can I again ask question again?
Okay. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. In my case, just maybe like 2 weeks ago, I asked one of professor from Indonesia who published an article in maybe Q2 or Q1 index Scopus. But this Scopus, maybe only 3 years, they got Scopus index. Maybe in 3 years publication, they got the Scopus index, which is like, I worried that this is a good or not. But then when I asked to him, can you suggest me which journal that I can submit to for my article? Then he didn't even suggest me the journal that he submitted, because when I asked the reason, because he told me that because this journal accept many articles in one issue or in a year. So I think, so what do you think? This is maybe it's a kind of predatory, or maybe it's a good journal for you in my case that I give you example.
Okay, so in this regard, I can give you my own experience. So in the very beginning, it may be 2020, okay. During that time, I was very much hanker after to publish in a Scopus journal, because during that time, I have very few, 1 or 2 publications, okay. So I asked my friends and others, okay, and they suggest me one journal. Okay, I did not mention the journal's name. The journal showing is that it is Q1. Okay. Last 2 years, okay, it is a Scopus journal. Okay, whenever we have submitted as soon as we have submitted from that month, it has been delisted from Scopus. So these types of case can be. That's why whenever you are going to submit to a Scopus Index journal, you have to see how many years they have been enlisted within the Scopus. Okay. As beginner, as quick, it would be deleted. Clear? If it is within the last 2 years, 3 years, okay, there is a risk. Okay, because every 3 months, Scopus updated their list. Okay, so that's why there might be an issue. Okay, so you just look at the span of the journals, duration within the list of Scopus. It would be better. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the
Okay.
answer, Dr.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we will take our next question from Channel Abidin. Channel Abidin, are you here?
Hello.
Okay. Okay, then we will proceed to the email. Okay, brother, you can continue with the question.
Sorry, are you listening?
Okay, John Labidin is coming. Okay, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Pradhan Mahbub Shiraz. Actually, I'm very glad to be in your program, and I have observed that you have a very precise presentation on journal publication. I didn't have attended any, and it is very useful for the young researchers. Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, it is very very good for them, I think. What
Can
is
we
my
see
question?
your face?
Sorry?
Can you see your face?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay. Continue.
My question is that sometimes we know that actually a statement is there that do not jumble up your literature review with the background of study. Do you agree with it? And if you agree, please would you please clarify it more?
Okay, can you repeat this one?
Yeah, my question is that uh, we have heard that if you do not jumble up your background of the study with literature review. Is the statement correct? If it is correct, would you please focus it in more?
Jumping your literature with,
Background of the study.
then where will be your
Mixing up.
background of your study?
Yeah, I heard that. Is it correct or not?
Okay. The first thing is that if the journal requires the separate introduction and separate literature review section,
Yeah.
you must put your background within introduction. Okay. As I have mentioned, it's my own experience. Okay. And over there, your background will show or will pave your way why you are doing this research, why it is important, why will people read your research or come across your research. Basically, the background will pave this pavement. Okay. That's why background is very important. This background means not only the background of the context, where the study is going to be held. The background means why it is being held. Okay. So what's the significance of this study? Okay. So if there is the separate section, so background will be within introduction. And if it is the combined, so obviously introduction will begin with background, then gradually or chronologically go down. Okay. So in this, it is So I think where you did find this, here these types of things, I don't know, but you may go through some good journals published in good, some papers published in good journals, you can find clearly. Even if you go through the emerald, okay, in abstract, it has been already separated. And according to this one, you will find into the introduction. Okay, the best way to catch up with a template, you go through Emerald's publication. You can clearly see their style. You can follow this one. Did you get my point, brother?
Master. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Can you proceed to the next question, please? Is there any other question? Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Muhammad. Yes, brother.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes. You may open your camera.
Good.
We can see you.
Yeah. Good afternoon or good evening, bro.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. My own question is about the issue on the abstract section of the abstract, sir. You made mention of topic introduction of the topic, background, one sentence, also purpose of the study, one sentence, methodology. So please, sir, can we have at least a kind of a guideline or an advice? What is the maximum number of each sentence? Can we have the words, the maximum number of words, so that at least if we have that maximum number of words, when we calculate it, we should not going to exceed that 250 or even 300. What is your own advice? Because I have come across whereby you have the maximum number of maybe 250 or 300. But whenever you read that abstract, you are not going to the abstract is not communicating. The abstract is not being communicating. So this is my question. The second question is that issue of theoretical perspective. You explained the issue of theoretical perspective. So, but you find out in some other journals, especially in Nigeria, they made mention based on their templates, the conceptual perspective, or they will ask about the theoretical and conceptual of that paper. So what can you say about the conceptual perspective, please, if we can have such a more explanation? I think for now, this is what I do have. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, okay, brother. Thank you very much. Basically, yeah, okay. If you may have this information, can you see the screen? Can you see the abstract I have shared? Okay. So I think
yes, Prof, we can see the screen.
Yeah, if you go through this information, putting into your abstract, I think it will not exceed 250, or it would be within. So this information, how can you manipulate? How can you conceptual in your abstract? Depending on, there will be the word limits. So according to your selected journal, what should you do? You manipulate this information. This one is number one. Okay. So it's depending on your journal's requirement. If it is within 200, so you should not exceed this one. Okay. You just exceed 2-3 words more, not 20, 30 words. Okay. And another issue is that, are you clear about this?
Yeah, I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay. So another important issue is that I missed conceptual framework. Yeah. So conceptual framework means everything. Okay, just wait.
It's not been mentioned there.
Yeah, it was not mentioned, but conceptual in this way, I did not mention. I just putting this one. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for pointing out this one. you should also know about this. Conceptual framework or conceptual perspective means how you conceptual all or entire research. Okay. It means what are the constructs you have taken from the theory, how the constructs are involved within your research objectives, and how the constructs are being used for collecting your data analysis, and how these constructs are aligned with theoretical perspectives on the basis of the findings you need to discuss. So, though it was not mentioned here, conceptual perspective, but it was within this framework. Brother, is it okay? So the thing is that conceptual, so your study definitely based on a theory. You must have some constructs. You must have some variables from theories. So how variables are working within your research paper? It will be investigated through research objective and research questions. Then these variables will be compiled or will be formulated for collecting data and will be analyzed through data collections, then will be discussed within this one. So it is not out of the range of this template, but it was not mentioned. Is it okay, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, thank you very much for pointing out this one. But
you.
without conceptual framework, basically there will be no research at all. Okay. But it might be implicit or explicit. Okay. In some journals, they requires you must mention conceptual framework, and mostly journals will not require conceptual framework explicit. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, most
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Lord. So this is the end of question and answer session. So now we'll move to the photo session. Could you please turn on your camera?
Okay, wait a minute.
Hello, Prof. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Yes, brother.
My name is Peter. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Prof, thank you very much. My question is, formally, I saw my which shows that.
Is he asking questions?
Brother, are you asking any question?
Yes, I'm trying to ask a.
Actually, we cannot hear you properly. Could you please type in the chat box?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Can hear.
Okay. My question is regard to reference and the number of citation, because it also show a kind of either your references should not be much, and also should have a limited number of citation. So I want clear to me how many number of citation each publication or article should have. Is there any limit or any number of citation?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Basically, my suggestion is that in this regard, you must have 40 to 50 articles prepared for submitting, especially Scopus indexed journal. Okay. Another important issue is that, yes, what should you do? From your selected journal, you download few articles, okay, 2, 3, 4 journals, and you can count how many references they have used. Sometimes in the author's guideline, the journal mention how many papers, how many manuscripts or research works our author can cite. If there is no such information, so you just merely submit few articles and check how many papers are in list within reference list. Okay, it's the better way. Do you get my point, bro?
Yes, Prof. And additionally, regard to review paper, is there any limit or depending the journal?
Okay, brother. Okay, just I would like to share my experience that on of
Okay.
my review
Okay,
paper,
Prof.
where there is only 10 papers I have reviewed, and it was published in Q1 journal, and the journal has also impact factor. Okay.
Okay.
Do you get my point? Only 10
Yes,
papers I
Prof.
have reviewed, and it has been published. Okay. But it depends on your topic, okay, your context. If there are so many research on your topic, so it will not be confined within only 30 or 40. Okay. It must exist, exceed 50 articles at least. Clear? Basically, the thing is that if there are a lot of resources on your topic, your review paper, in your review paper, you must include more than 50 papers. Simply. Okay. And yes, there might have guidelines. Okay. If it is systematic literature review, you may follow Prisma model. Okay, Prisma model. Prisma model, how you have selected this 20 articles, this 10 articles, this 50 articles. Okay. The Prisma model will show the evidence, will show the logic that you have selected this number or this types of number and it is accurate. If there is no Prisma model, so there might have some confusion. So I think for literature review, I think you can use Prisma model, and according to the guideline of the Prisma model, you go through the process and obviously it will be okay. There will be no questions regarding the number of the papers. Thank you, bro.
Okay, because why I'm asking is that one of my friends, because my own is up to 150 citation references. So he was kind of telling me that it's too much, that I should reduce it. So that's why I wanted to know the number of references my review paper should have.
Actually, there are some other models. Number one Prisma model, then Cochrane model. Okay, and most probably there is another model for literature review. So you just follow the model. Okay, so there will be no questions regarding your number of the citation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prof. We are running out of time. Now we have the last question from Rifasuddin. Following Prisma, one of our prospective paper got 20 articles after all the scanning. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. No problem,
Okay.
because you have gone through the several steps, step by step, and if you show this one, it's all right. No problem.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mahabub. Now I'm sharing the attendance session, and
I think
okay.
for getting your certificate, you must fill up this attendance.
Yes,
Right?
you for the UTM student, you will get the merit point by filling this attendance form, and also everyone will get the certificate by filling this attendance form. Now I'm going to end of this webinar, but before I end, I would like to inform all of you that our speaker, Dr. Pradhan Shidas, he is going to conduct another webinar on 31st of October, same time. So I would like to request him to give a short brief about that webinar.
Okay, do you have
Okay, I am sharing the slide,
okay,
the poster.
yeah.
Later I will share in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, basically, yeah, I would like to highlight my experience regarding how to use Mendeley. Okay, Mendeley, you know that this one is a referencing software, but this is also one of the best software for reading. preparing your database, reading database. Your reference database for doing citation and for your reading database. So it has multiple uses. And I will show this one, hands-on, how it will effective. It will effective in many ways, saving your times for doing citations and referencing, changing your referencing styles from one to another. I mean, from MLA to APA within a few seconds, or from APA to Chicago, no matter. And it is also a permanent reading database for a researcher if he or she maintains this software. Okay, that's why I think it would be very helpful for a novice researcher if they start with Mendeley. Okay, it will bring a lot of benefits that I myself got from my experiences while through the research conducting years. Okay, so no loss. I think it would be no less your time spending, waste of your time spending. So it would be, I think, very effective for all of you. So you may join over there. Thank you very much.
Okay, please fill up the attendance form. It will be closed as soon as possible.
Hello, Prof. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, can we have the slide and then the recording?
Recording. Okay, I will share slide. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, now I want to end of this session. Before I end, I want to express my deepest gratitude to all of you for your active participation and engage this session on this webinar on how to publish a research paper. It is your enthusiasm and curiosity to make events like this truly worthwhile. I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Pradhan Mahbub Ibn Siraz, for sharing his profound knowledge and insight. Dr. Mahbub, your expertise has illuminated the path of successful research publication for all of us, and we are truly grateful for your time and wisdom. As we are concluding this webinar, please remember that the quest for knowledge and the desire to make a different thought research are noble and commendable pursuits. Take the information you have acquired here today and use it to drive your research forward. Before we part, I would like to remind you again to fill up the attendance form to get the certificate and the main point. Your input is invaluable, and it will help us in organizing even more informative season in future. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for your active participation. We look forward to seeing you in our future event, where we continue explore the fascinating world of the research and academic. On behalf of Executive Committee of International Student Society Bangladesh, University Technology Malaysia, and the entire team that has worked tireless to make this event success, we bid you a farewell and we wish you the best of luck in all your research endeavors. Have a wonderful day. Thank you and good night.
You are most welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
Thank you, Dr. Pradhan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. How is
you.
everything?
So thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, thank you.
You're very wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation, Prof.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to seeing you again.
Okay. Inshallah, next week.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good night, sir.
Have a good night.
Good night, sir.
Okay, good night.
Please fill up the attendance form before you leave. And inform me if you are facing any technical problem to fill up the form.
রোমান কি লিপ নিব নাকি?
জি ভাই, লিখ নেন।
ওকে, thank you.